Hey everybody, and welcome to Lex's World. So a few days back I did a poll in the community tab asking whether you all wanted me to spend a little bit of time diving into CBD, and a clean majority said yes, so let's do that for just a couple of episodes. Starting with what is CBD, the different ways you can intake it, and why people would want to consume it in the first place. We'll also show off and do an Instagram giveaway of these click battery packs at the end, so stick around for that. So CBD is one of the cannabinoids in cannabis, a cannabinoid being a chemical compound within the plant that can bind to receptors that we have within our bodies. THC is by far the best known cannabinoid, it's the one with psychoactive effects. But cannabis actually has many cannabinoids hiding within its resinous flowers. At least 70 of them, and within many classifications and groups, depending on how you want to break it down, as you guys can see. CBD is the second best known and the first most useful in my view. It's non-psychoactive, so you wouldn't really notice it in any distinct way ordinarily if you didn't know what it did and you were intaking THC at the same time. But when CBD binds with our receptors, it has anti-anxiety, anti-inflammatory, and seizure-stopping properties. It's practically a miracle compound when it comes to dealing with epilepsy. But there are other reported benefits of consuming CBD, from treating addictions to things like cigarettes, to anti-tumor effects that are worth exploring if you have certain kinds of tumors. Anyone listening to all that may observe that CBD seems to cover many of the medical reasons that people have to take cannabis to begin with. And that's true, except that when you take in normal, common cannabis, you get THC with it. And many people want, for example, all-day inflammatory or anxiety relief that's naturally derived from a plant without the person being high all day long. So it didn't take long for cannabis growers to start breeding high CBD, low THC strains, pushing the THC values down instead of up, and constantly running tests on plants to figure out which ones had the most CBD and breeding those. It was quite the change in approach for a lot of growers. Around the same time frame, others figured out that hey, even if you don't have a perfect plant to start with, you can still chemically isolate CBD from THC and make a product out of that. Or you can isolate all the cannabinoids aside from THC, including the CBD, and also make a product. That became known as full-spectrum CBD products. Added into the mix is legal changes over the past several years, basically rolling back the laws on CBD where they existed, while stating that if a plant has super low THC levels, then that plant gets classified as hemp, even if it's high in other cannabinoids and has resin, which all now meant that hemp was no longer necessarily just an industrial cannabis plant grown for the fiber from its stalk and for the seeds. It was now more of a fluid term that could refer to a resinous but non-psychoactive medical plant that's high in CBD. And here we are today. Now you can get CBD-rich strains in flower form, which tend to only be available in dispensaries that also sell psychoactive cannabis. But in a far bigger variety of retailers, you can get CBD oil, CBD capsules, CBD edibles, CBD topicals, meaning creams. These are all products that are strictly CBD or other cannabinoids and are ultra low in THC. There's even CBD tinctures for under your tongue, and even CBD vape juice, which is kind of a rarer product. It's all out there. My personal favorites are the capsules and the edibles because they don't involve inhaling any smoke and they last a really long time. By the way, I'll link down in the video description to an international retailer that I consider a trusted source for hemp-derived CBD products. And in the next episode, we'll talk about dosages, how to read CBD product labels, and why it's so hard to trust many CBD products to begin with. But in the meantime, let's talk about this, the Click Vaporizer Battery Attachment by Weepor, which was hilariously described to me by them in communications as the Click CBD Battery, which just shows you how companies really want to jump on the CBD demographic. Now, how much this product has to do with CBD is up for debate, but it is a 400 milliamp hour battery onto which you can attach any atomizer cartridge that has 510 threading, like this one here. It twists in pretty fast. And if you press the main button over here, it'll even pop out with a very satisfying click sound, obviously hence the name. The cartridge could hold anything depending on what type it is, including CBD oil. This particular cartridge could hold CBD vape juice, for example. The main screen on this unit is actually the power button that turns on with 5 clicks, and it has 3 power settings, 2.8, 3.4, and 4.0 volts. Perhaps most impressively, this unit heats up in under 10 seconds and charges in under an hour, which is very good for such a small unit. It comes with a charge cable, and it's easy to hold because of its nice circular shape. So good job on this little battery, Weepor, and if you guys want to check it out, I'll link to them down in the video description. But Weepor also sent me, I'm not even kidding, half a dozen of these units. So nothing for me to do with them other than get rid of them. Now I kind of think that this might be considered a vape accessory, so I won't give them away on any of the video platforms, but I am going to do something with them on my Instagram, so a link to my Insta is below as well. On that note, guys, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed yourself. If you did, subscribe and hit that like button, and we'll see you all back here next time.